to another episode of Post-Fades Cheesesteaks. Today we have the draft special edition, doing a live mock with 4 panelists, I guess you would call us, 4 GMs. I got myself, Dakota, we got Nick, Tim, and Bobby joining the fray, so it should be fun. We did this last year, had a good time, and I mean, I don't know how accurate we were, but it was fun. So how we're going to do it is basically go one at a time. So, for example, I have the first pick, Bobby has the second pick, then it's Tim with the third, and then Nick with the fourth pick. So then once we get to 5, it's my turn again, and so on and so forth. So it'll be fun. Tim and Bobby both have the Eagles picks, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with those. But we'll get right into it. So I have the first pick, which is the Jacksonville Jaguars. And, you know, honestly, I had a lot of debate over this. At first, I was like, it's Hutchinson. Like, I'm not going to think twice. But the more I was, like, looking into it, there was, like, a lot of linemen mocked to them and this and that. But I think I made my decision. So with the first pick in the 2022 NFL draft, the Jaguars will take Hutchinson. So he's just the best. I mean, I think he's the best player. If not him, I would have went with like Evan Neal or the other lineman, Iquanu. But all right, Bobby, you are up with the second pick, the Detroit Lions.
Can I see his thing real quick?
I don't know. That's just how they.
Lions, right?
Thibodeau.
Kayvon,
yeah.
Okay. So, yeah.
Can you not see it? Oh, I can zoom in a little there.
Yeah, I can see it. So go over to the needs real quick. I really didn't do much research on this.
This is going to be rough.
You know what?
Let's go to Bobby, too.
What?
Let's go to Bobby, too. Bring him in.
Bobby, too? All right, there we go. So, yeah, draft needs. I think the biggest thing would have been Hutchinson here, but since I could have picked him, I'm going to screw this up. I'm going to go Thibodeau. I think he has the most upside out of the two.
Back-to-back edge like that. All right. Now on the clock is the Texans with the third pick, Tim.
That's a bummer because I was actually really hoping Thibodeau fell. He reminded me a lot of when they took Clowney. Just supreme athlete, not much of a work ethic.
I mean, I've seen him going at 1, so yeah.
Yeah. I think people are over talking his work ethic and his motor and all that. They'll realize the guy's a freak and move past it. Well, let's see. Since I got stuck with the biggest train wreck in football right now, pretty much could take anyone for this team, and it'll be improvement on the roster. I have to think that we're about to enter a massive rebuild. I got another pick later, so I'm going to take the best available guy. And even though my big money left tackle's on the roster, I think that you just build the lineup. They gave up 3 first-round picks or whatever to get Laramie Tunsil. Why not just draft a superstar offensive lineman without giving up all those picks? So I'm going to take Evan Neal. I think he's the best available. And for this team, you just take whoever's the best. Plus, he's a professional. Guy's his class. He's been with a winning program. Texans don't know what they're doing in any aspect of football. So I think it'll help to bring in someone that's won something before.
Fair enough. All right. Now on the clock for the fourth pick, we have the Jets. Jets.
Jets. So I went back and forth with this pick a lot. I've seen a lot of different players slide into this spot. But ultimately, I think when you look at a team that's had a lot of success in this one position with one guy for a very long time, and there's another guy out there whose body type is very different, but seems to have the makeup to be a very similar type player. And I won't call him the same guy because his numbers are out of this world. But I think they get their next Revis Island, and in the sauce, it's number 4.
Sauce,
I like it.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah,
I've seen him all over the place, so it'll be interesting. He's definitely not lasting outside I think if the Giants are at 7 and they didn't take him at 5, then they would have snapped on that. But if you didn't take him there at 4, I would have taken him. So on the clock now, New York Giants, who they're a train wreck too. Especially when your owner or GM, whoever that was, came out and said, yeah, we kind of sucked at helping Daniel Jones. I was like, oh, okay. Well, glad you know. So this one, I mean, I would have went with Evan Neal here. But since he's gone, I'm going to go with Iquanu because they have been trying to rebuild that line forever, and they've missed on so many picks. So they got to hit on one of them.
Or no?
What's that?
I've seen some, saying they trade one of the picks.
Yeah, we can trade.
No, I'm saying like the Giants specifically.
Oh, I mean maybe
I
it's.
think there's value in both picks, but
Yeah, I don't remember. I think there was a stat that this is like one of the few times there's been so many teams with double picks in the first round.
Yeah.
There's like 8 teams that have 2 picks, which is kind of nuts. So
Yeah, it is.
But yeah. Now on the clock, we have the Panthers at number 6. Bobby, are they taking a quarterback?
they're not taking a quarterback. We go back.
Oh shit!
Wow.
2 top tackles are gone.
Yep.
I think it's too high to reach a receiver, so I think they go with Cross here.
Charles Cross.
Charles Cross.
Yeah, Charles Cross played at SEC.
Yeah.
Obviously, Neal or wanted would have been a pick here, but QB is not a top guy there unless you consider Willis a top guy. So I'm gonna go with the second biggest need right now.
Okay, I can see it.
I
My
think Matt
personal
Rule
mock.
I think Matt Rule needs to make a huge move though before he's.
Yeah, I mean they've also been like rotating door at quarterback too. They can't figure out someone to
Offensive tackle's
stay.
not the sexy pick, but quarterback.
Yeah, true. All right. Now on the clock, the Giants right back up again at 7. Tim, what are you looking at?
All right, so I got my second top 10 pick here, so I will be able to fix whatever mistakes you made at 5 there, Dakota. So don't worry, New York, I've got you.
Making mistakes.
This one, I'm actually curious to see what the Giants do because they're just, a dumpster fire and they have 2 opportunities to prove that in the top 10. But the way this board works out, I'm torn between 2. And I'm torn between taking the wide receiver Wilson, mostly because we're hearing that they're about to trade their first-round pick from last year. So that's just on cue with the Giants.
Classic Giants moves.
But I got to be honest, and I hate to see it with the Giants, but Gettleman's gone, so maybe this regime's a little better. The biggest riser, and everyone's been drooling over since the combine, has been Walker. I feel like the Giants, if they get a second pick here, they go in the trenches. And if he falls to 7, where everyone's talking about he might even go top 3, I think they jump on it. So I'm going to take Trayvon Walker here.
I've seen him at 1.
I've seen him at 1. I've seen him at 1 too.
He's ever since the combine, he's the biggest riser easy. I can't possibly see him slipping out of past 7, especially with the Giants having 2 picks. They dressed the offensive line. They could use the pass rush. I think it's a good fit for them.
Yeah, it's a good move. I mean, their defense is, they have some pieces, but yeah, that kind of player could be good. But
yeah, they could definitely use.
Moving on,
pieces.
we have the Atlanta Falcons picking at number 8.
So I think if this actually falls for Atlanta, I think they would be absolutely ecstatic, considering this is one of the most atrocious position rooms in the NFL. One guy who probably wasn't going to play for you anyways, you were going to trade, is now suspended for the entire year. You just traded away your franchise's all-time best person at this position. And then Russell Gage, who I thought might step up and play a big role for them, is now playing with Tom Brady. So they might be throwing to me, you, and Bobby next season. So I think that Garrett Wilson comes off the board in record time for an 8th pick on the there.
Interesting. You think he's will be the first receiver no matter what?
Yes.
Or are we gonna have one of those
No. I think Garrett Wilson overall is the most NFL ready. I think he has the highest upside. Not to say that I think the other receivers are really strong. There's several receivers I like a lot, but Garrett Wilson's, I've watched a lot of tape on all of them. He's so smooth. He high points the ball. He catches it away from his body. He's a guy who I think comes in, has a 1,000-yard season his rookie year, even with their terrible, terrible team. and really has, and I think it allows him to move on from Calvin Ridley, which seems to be very obvious is going to occur in the next year.
You mean the Calvin Ridley that the Eagles were going to trade for and then couldn't?
Correct.
Yeah. FanDuel's got instead. Let me ask you this, because I like Wilson, but I think Jameson Williams would be my number one. If he wasn't hurt, is Jameson Williams going number one? Because I think it's pretty easy to say Garrett Wilson goes first.
I think no injury, it becomes more of a conversation back and forth on what you do, just because of how explosive Jameson Williams is. Mm-hmm. But I think Garrett Wilson seems, even in a healthy time, seems like a safer pick at number 8. He seems more NFL ready. While Jameson's fast and super quick, I think the routes I saw from Garrett Wilson were just smoother than whereas Jameson Williams has more of that athletic burst, and it's not that Garrett Wilson isn't fast. He runs a 4.4, but Jameson's kind of that game breaking type speed. I still think either way at number 8, it would probably still be Garrett Wilson.
Yeah, and then isn't it Chris Olave is the guy who everyone says he'll be the next really good route runner in the league and stuff like that.
I love Olave. That's my wait till I get to 50, but that's my dream pick right there.
I've seen him drop as much as 29, which I'm I don't think Olave is going to go that deep. So
no way.
Scary thing is they weren't even the best receivers at Ohio State last year.
I know.
That's true.
Yeah.
I know.
So.
Hey, it helps to have a couple of first-round picks next year then with the class coming out. All I'm saying. Shout out Howie.
Smith,
yeah, Smith. Yeah, he's an animal.
There's Plumbing, and there's another guy that's really good from Texas.
Moving on, I have the Seahawks at number 9, and I'm going to go with the player that I had in my own personal mock, Kyle Hamilton. For them, they can start rebuilding this defense piece by piece, and why not take arguably one of the best players in the entire draft? So there's that. Next on the board, we have the Jets taking at number 10. Bobby, let's go quarterback here, even though they just took a quarterback last year.
I'm just going to be an idiot and take. We went saucy with the 4th pick, but I'm going Stingley with this pick. So we got some sauce and we got some sting.
Fair enough.
You're going
2 corners?
Yeah.
Double corners?
Yeah, why not? Best
shit
room in the NFL.
Can you imagine if
Stingley has the potential to be really good? He's been hurt.
That would be cool.
That would be a fun breakdown. I mean, listen, the Jets stink. Have a strength somewhere.
That's right, 2003 Eagles draft.
I mean, Saleh likes to have a big defense, a good defense. I mean, not that
yes,
we're not really had any studs, but do they have anyone right now that's really good?
I don't think the Jets have had anyone that's really good in the last 5 years.
Interesting. Yeah. Well, moving on, now on the clock, Tim, you have the Washington Commanders, no longer the football team or Redskins. Now they have a new quarterback. So is he getting a new weapon, or what are you doing with that?
I'm not gonna lie. This threw me off because I was kind of circling Hamilton and Stingley here. I kind of like them both falling to the Commanders. It's also a team. I don't know what they're really planning on. Their defense laid an egg last year, and I don't think it was reached the heights everyone was hyping up. Got Wentz, so who knows? Maybe they think they're actually going to be competitors.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, we hear the talks with McLaurin. Wide receivers are breaking the bank, so I think they probably double down. They'd probably help Wentz a little bit. I think they try to find someone a little cheaper just in case McLaurin negotiations don't go well. Between the two, though, I think that they're going to take Jameson Williams. I think they go with upside. They'll wait him out. They'll wait for the injury. But I think that they go upside and go with the speedster to pair him with McLaurin and try out that Carson Wentz arm.
All right, Jameson Williams to the Commanders. I'm sad about that because I want him on the Birds, but
listen, they want to get a lot of speed guys. So Carson Wentz can throw 50 yards downfield to the other team. At least someone will be around the ball this time.
That's true. Wow.
I love redheads.
Shut up. Now on the clock, we have the Minnesota Vikings. Nick, where do they go?
Well, that double corner pick from Bobby really killed me at 12 because I feel pretty strongly that Stingley goes number 12 to the Vikings in the actual draft.
Well, this is like when Sean took Mahomes third overall in our fantasy draft and he just ruined everything. So,
but I do, yeah,
yeah.
I do think though that cornerback still is the route that this team goes. It's a very, very clear need. I think it's the biggest glaring hole for them, and there's so much money in draft capital and money invested on the offensive side. And just with the way the NFL is now, I think they need a corner. I'm not going to say that I love this player at 12, but with the other two guys off the board and looking at the schemes they play, I think Trent McDuffie goes here at number 12.
That's pretty early for where I've seen him, but like you said, it's kind of a I can't even name a Pat Peterson, but yeah. All right, that's good. 3 corners in the top 12. Is that really going to happen? That would be interesting.
Crazy things
Premium
happen.
position.
That's true. Next on the clock is the Texans. So this is my pick. Who had them first? So we had Evan Neal going third.
You're welcome.
They have shored up a little bit of the offensive line there. I don't think they go quarterback. I think they try again with Mills. I thought he was decent. I think he could be.
He's solid.
Yeah, I think he can be groomed into a starter. We'll see. But I have a player, and again, I'm looking a lot at my mock to see how much it matches up with what you guys are kind of thinking. Chris Olave is right there. They just gave Brandon Cooks an extension. Haven't really had another wide receiver to step in there. So I'm gonna give them some firepower and take Chris Olave at number 13.
You sneaky devil.
Yeah. Next on the clock, we have the Baltimore Ravens at 14. This is Bobby. What you thinking?
Ravens usually like to go defense.
Mm-hmm.
They like to have that guy in the middle of the defense. I want to go Jordan Davis.
Yeah, I think this happens in the actual draft too. This feels like the right spot.
Kobe Dean, I think, can go there as well.
Yeah, I hope not, because I want the Eagles to take Jordan Davis, but he does feel like a very Ravens pick.
Yeah,
so.
he does.
Yeah.
Next on the clock, we have our beloved Philadelphia Eagles. Timothy, you have the honor of picking the Eagles. So what are we going to do? What is Howie Roseman going to do with this pick? Is he trading it? Is he keeping it?
Well, I mean, I got to be honest. I think me and everyone else's eyes were on the wide receivers here at 15, but Dakota being the asshole crushed the dreams of all of Philadelphia, so Philadelphia can thank Dakota for being an asshole. So
you still have receivers.
I'm looking back at the defensive board. I'm not going to lie, I was looking at Jordan Davis a lot, but there was 2 teammates, the Georgia guys, and I would take pretty much that entire defense on our roster. So I'm going to keep with that trend. Sure. I'm going to take Nakobe Dean. As ridiculous as it sounds, I think the Eagles finally do it. I think they finally give us the linebacker. They've got 2 first-round picks. Howie can get a little creative if he wants at 18, but give the people what they want. There's a couple studs there. I like Dean a lot. This whole Georgia defense is incredible. And I think Dean was arguably the best player on that team, so bring him in. He'll be an instant starter right away.
Georgia back-to-back. I mean, I would love Dean on the Eagles. I think there's like a 90% chance it doesn't happen, but
hey, you know what? Hey, if the board shakes
maybe
out
they'll
like
watch our podcast and they'll be like, well, these guys are fucking smart.
Yeah, but you know what'll be my nightmare though is the way this board shakes out is they reach on a wide receiver, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really. I know there's a couple other guys, but at 15, none of them are other ones which exciting me.
Drake. I've seen Drake London put like second, right behind
Traylon Burks was pretty high earlier in the season.
I love Traylon Burks. I think he's going to be legit.
Yeah.
I like it's the top 3 for me. At 15, if they don't find a way to fall to you at 15, I mean, I'm more interested in 18, maybe trade back or getting someone. Get a defensive stud. Yeah. I was thinking him or Johnson, to be honest. But, it's the way the board shakes.
I think I agree. I think I agree with you, Tim, that if one of those 3 aren't there, that I'd rather pick somebody else at 15 and then see what's available at 18 or possible trade back.
Yeah, you need the defensive help. I'm for the linebacker. There's a couple good ones this year. I mean, I'm hoping they break the trend. I'm not sold on White. I mean, White's a good pickup, but White isn't going to prevent me from picking another one linebacker.
Fair enough. All right. Moving on, we have the New Orleans Saints on the clock at pick number 16. What are you looking at, Nick?
So this, to me, I feel like is one of the most penciled in draft picks because of the way they made this trade. I think the Saints strategically placed themselves one spot in front of the Chargers because I think that there's one position of need, especially after losing one of the best guys in the NFL at that position. I think there's so much up in the air for the New Orleans Saints right now, and they're going to go Trevor Penning, offensive tackle, right here at 16. And I think that's why they made this trade is for a tackle. I think that I think the Chargers are sitting there, and I wouldn't rule out the Chargers move up ahead of the Saints, maybe with the Eagles or the Ravens, just a couple of spots to get Trevor Penning because I think Aquanu, Nevin Neal, and Charles Cross are going to be gone by the time it gets to that area, but I can absolutely see them moving up for Trevor Penning. That's why the Saints made that trade.
I actually agree with you, and it makes a lot of sense after losing Armstead. But I believe, unless I'm wrong, I don't think Charles Cross went yet, and I think I would have taken him there. I like his upside a little better.
No, he went. He's gone.
Oh, there's me not paying attention. I blame my producer.
Now, well, I guess, all right, yeah. So Penning at 16 because I have at 17 I have the Chargers pick, and I was gonna go him offensive tackle or if one of the other tackles were available. So I think I have a couple of players in mind that the Chargers would likely take, in my opinion, but I think one of them is they could get a little later, maybe a couple picks back. So I'm looking at pick number 20, which that's you, Nick. Do you think the Steelers want to make a trade with the Chargers?
I think they do want to make a trade with the Chargers.
Oh, look at that. All right, let's see if I can remember how to do this.
That's very cute of you, too.
Trade partners.
You work that out before the draft? Some inside trading going on?
No, we did not.
Yeah, I was going to say something. Then Dakota started winding it up. I was like, is he going to go where I think he's going?
Well, I think Pittsburgh has someone in mind, too. So.
Yes, I do. I believe so as well.
All right, so I'll give you 17 for
You're about 100 off in value, so
you could do let's see, the third, and
you move back to the fourth, and give me the fourth.
Does that work?
Yeah, it's close enough. You're not gonna get it exact.
I'll give you a 6. There.
Sure.
All right, accept.
Yep.
The Steelers have made a trade and are now at the clock at 17. Nick, what are the Steelers going to do?
They are going to go and they're going to get Mike Tomlin's new boy, Malik Willis, quarterback out of Liberty.
Ooh, they don't go with the local kid.
Did you say full?
That just
Nope.
I feel like just like the Ravens pick of Jordan Davis seems like such a Ravens pick. Like Malik Willis, I feel like he's going to be a Steeler.
Yep.
So
I can feel it in my bones that the Steelers are gonna, unless the Lions do something crazy and take him real high or something. I think he ends up a Steeler.
Okay, I like it. All right, moving on. We have give it a second, Bobby. We got to give people what they want. Pick 18. We got the Birds. Robert, what are they doing? Receiver, corner. Screw it. No, don't screw it.
Okay. Pull down a little bit.
What are you looking at? Drake, I don't want them to take another USC wide receiver.
Oh, my God. No.
Oh.
For the love of God, no.
Can you pick it?
Go all the way back up. The Eagles are going edge. They seem to want to load up on those pass rushers, and Jermaine Johnson, a huge year at Florida State, was former number overall recruit.
Yeah.
Georgia. Yeah.
If he
didn't know. Yeah.
If he falls to them at 18, considering how much love he got after that Senior Bowl and all that, if he's available at 18, that would be
great. I'd be happy with that.
It reminds me a lot of the guy from.
So happy.
Reminds me a lot of the guy who Miami last year, who was an edge rusher, who was somewhat all right UCLA, but had high credentials. Went to Miami, and he's huge there. I forget who it was though.
In the first round?
Yeah, first round. He was a pass rusher.
I don't remember.
Jermaine Johnson reminds me a lot of another Florida State pass rusher, Brian Burns. They both kind of have that long, athletic leg build, pure pass rusher. Both
Well,
Florida
Burns is a
State
beast,
guys.
so
And listen, if this is the way the Eagles draft goes, I will completely ignore the fact that we don't get a wide receiver. This is a dream.
if he's the next Brian Burns and you put him with, Hassan Reddick, who played with Brian Burns last year, then I'll take
Plus
that.
you got N'Kobe Dean in the middle. I really like that. And this,
Don't forget we got what's his name back, Derek Winnett.
Oh, woohoo!
10 sacks this year.
And Brandon Graham technically will be back, so we'll see. I think edge. They'll go D-line or edge with one of these two picks. I feel.
I was thinking Linderbaum there, but
yeah, I could see that. Too.
I love Linderbaum.
So we'll see. Moving on, pick number 19. Tim, you have the Saints pick. Do they go wide receiver here? What are you feeling? Quarterback?
You know what? I think Nick did a good job getting us Penning. Got some protection. Place Armstead. Build the offense around him. I actually like Johnson a lot there, just off the pure value, but obviously that didn't work out. But the board shape
really reached. This is where I expect a real out of the world pick, like they've done the past 2 years with the guy from Houston last year, and 2 years back they picked someone that wasn't supposed to. Oh, Davenport. They usually go
Davenport, yeah.
They made it for Power 5 rusher.
I think though, but you know what? On the uncertainty, I took a wide receiver, James Williams, for the Commanders, mostly because of the uncertainty around McLaurin, and they brought Wentz in. I thought they'd invest in him. If you want to talk about uncertainty, who the hell knows what Michael Thomas is or what's going to do, what team he's going to play for, and this team could have desperately needed a wide receiver before he was even, had a 2-year absence from an ankle sprain or whatever it was. I think they go back to the wide receiver well. I think the board shook out pretty well for them, where there's only 3 wide receivers taken so far. I'm going to take Traylon Burks for them. I think it's a good value, fits the team, and God only knows what you're going to get from Michael Thomas. Maybe this ankle sprain keeps him out for 3 years, so at least you got some backup there.
Maybe he's the next Ben Simmons. Who knows?
Getting close.
Anyways. Yeah, well, he's not as well. He is a diva, so yeah, I wanted to go there. Moving on, so the Chargers now have pick number 20 after the trade with the Steelers, where the Steelers took the quarterback. And the guy I was looking at for the Chargers, the guy I was looking at for the Chargers is still there, Devontae Wyatt. I know they made a lot of moves on their defense in the offseason, but I think this is, they have a defensive-minded head coach, and I think this guy is just going to plug right into their team and be a beast. So they get the guy they want, and Moving on, we have the Patriots at 21. This one, I really have no idea. New England always either trades back or just takes, they take linebackers, they take edge sometimes. But receivers haven't really been their forte. They did trade for Devontae Parker, so I don't think they're going to waste a pick on a wide receiver. But they lost their best corner, and the year before that, they traded away their best corner. So I think it's time for them to replenish the well, and I'm going to go with Andrew Booth Jr. here at pick 21.
Look at you.
So, look at me.
Proud of you.
All right, moving on, we have the Packers at pick 22, one of their 2 picks, and they no longer have Devontae Adams, but they have Aaron, can't win anything past the NFC Championship game, Rodgers. So, what will they do, Robert?
Can you scroll down a little bit? I have an idea what I would. You know what? I'm going to go off the board here and go off Burrell. The Packers are going to trade this pick to the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh.
And going back to Green Bay is DK Metcalf. So.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Whoever.
All right, let's relax for a second there.
Wow.
So they're going to trade pick 22 to Seattle.
Yeah.
For DK.
Seattle's going to get their pick. And
Just
what?
give them like the 8th overall. I mean, they're getting DK, so probably. I don't know if they'll
Like
throw like a late pick maybe.
Like a 4th or
Yeah.
something.
And Seattle, good at quarterback.
Oh, this could be interesting.
Yeah.
Then Seattle goes with.
Kenny,
Who do you guys think?
yeah,
I say
Okay,
Seattle goes Matt Corral.
Mac.
Really?
You really are all over the place.
really,
On the
Golden
board.
Corral.
Yeah,
Wow.
I think he's the most like Russell Wilson. I mean, I really like Ritter, but Corral.
Okay. So that was bold. I was not expecting that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that though.
I do like that trade though.
Yeah, that's smart, especially in these lower. Like if quarterbacks, I mean, realistically, I think 2, 3 maximum quarterbacks will go between Pickett. I think Pickett and Willis will definitely be in the first, but we'll see. But okay, I like it. What do we got now? We got the Arizona Cardinals at 23. I believe this is Tim's pick.
Yes, it is indeed.
What are we looking at?
Well, I mean, we're still, our jaw's still on the floor by the way this whole thing just shook out. DK Metcalf is now in Green Bay.
Well, we missed. I mean,
We're still, we're still trying
After
to.
Tim went with Fields number 2 last year, I think.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I look like plain Jane vanilla ice cream over here. I don't have any fancy trades or anything exciting. This is a tough one.
Don't have red hair.
No, yeah, that's true. That's another lacking. I'm gonna.
I mean, they did lose. They lost. What's his name? Chandler Jones to Oakland.
That's true. I am looking at the edge
He had 4
rusher.
sacks in the first team. After that, I think he had like 2.
Yeah.
This one's a tough one because I was thinking edge. I'm looking at the Penn State guy there,
Mm-hmm.
and it
Temple guy too.
has me interested. But then I'm thinking, look at the team. I think they're still set on Kyler staying. I think they're going to try to win him over without giving him $500 million like he wants. Kyler's been hit a lot. Continues to get hit a lot. I think you get a good value here.
Billy.
You get you could possibly, Creed Humphreys from last year. Creed Humphreys came in at a position that isn't valued that much and turned it in like an all-pro season. And Patrick Mahomes is going to be thrill playing behind him. I think they take the best interior offensive lineman and go Linderbaum here at 23.
Oh,
Beef up
that was my 24.
Beef up that line for Kyler.
Good. Fuck the Cowboys.
They just gift him to Kyler. They tell him, listen, Kyler, we'll give you money, not all the money, but we're getting you an offensive lineman. You won't get crushed. Please sign with us.
That's Grover Mandalorian.
I mean, he doesn't even. I find it hilarious that he's like trying to already battle for a contract when he hasn't really done anything yet. But oh well, it's a good pick. Next on the clock is the ever so lovely Dallas Cowboys. Nick, what do you think Dallas does besides? I mean, they had a pretty rough offseason. They lost a lot of players. So
Yeah, they really had like a lot of different positions. I mean, Linderbaum to me felt like a dream come true for them to fall to 24, especially after losing Travis Frederick to retirement just a couple of years back.
yeah,
So I that was my initial thing was going Linderbaum. I think wide receiver wise, it's always going to be like a thing when you're the Cowboys looking for that sexy pick. But after moving on from Cooper, giving Gallup the new contract, and knowing there's going to be one for CeeDee Lamb in the not so distant future, I think that's going to take them out of the wide receiver in the first round type of money. So they spent a lot of money reworking this defense last year and draft. I think they drafted like every single pick last year was on defense.
yeah.
Which I don't know if that has ever happened before.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that trend continues, and I think they go with the best defensive player available, and that would be Arnold Ebiketie. They take at 24.
Another Penn Stater over in Dallas, huh?
Mm-hmm. They saw what they did last time they did it, and they got an absolute man of a human being.
Yeah, they sure got lucky.
He took defensive rookie of the year over Pat Surtain from me.
Which I picked him to be my, beginning of the season, and it wasn't. But yeah, he's unfortunately he's a beast for the wrong team. But yeah, as a Penn State player, I mean, it's cool. So, anyways, we got the Buffalo Bills here at pick number 25. This is my pick, and this is a Super Bowl contending team. They definitely have a very, I would say, a top 5 roster as far as like they're just good at spots. Very good defense. Obviously, I think the best safety tandem in the league. The receivers actually played better than I thought, especially in the playoffs. You had that 4 touchdown game from what's his name? It's like 200 yards, 4 touchdowns.
My boy, Gabriel Davis.
One of the receivers. So, yeah, UCF alum.
UCF,
UCF, great baby.
But yeah, I'm not sure. I was gonna go with the edge rusher that Nick just took, so that kind of throws me for a loop here. But I don't know. I feel like they could really go in the second corner, help out. Wow, I'm blanking on his name.
Where's the clock here?
Who's the
You're
clock?
rambling more than I do. Where's the clock?
There is no clock. I'm the producer. I own the clock.
Oh,
But I think Elam goes in one of these 21 to 26 picks, and the Titans probably would have taken a corner here. So I'll have Elam go to the Bills. So next on the clock at 26, Bobby's Tennessee Titans.
You just say the Titans are
Oh, why not?
because they go Desmond Ritter.
Oh,
Really?
Yeah, I really like Ritter. Actually, you know what? Let's get Kenny Pickett in there.
You want Pickett or you want Ritter?
We'll go Devin Lloyd. Why not? Devin Lloyd.
Are you sure?
Yeah, Devin Lloyd.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Final answer. Yeah, I'm going to click it. He's going to say, you fucking idiot. I said Pickett.
Pickett.
All right. Devin
I
Lloyd.
said Kenny Pickett.
Shut up. Too late. Devin Lloyd to the Texans. That's a good pick for them.
Yeah, especially with Mike. Can you imagine what Mike Vrabel could do with Devin Lloyd?
Oh, yeah.
I like that pick. Good value. Good value on that defense.
That'd be nasty.
All right, so this puts me on the clock.
Moving on, we have the Buccaneers. 27.
So I'm not gonna lie, I'm disappointed. I'm completely lacking in fireworks and sexiness, and it's not gonna get sexier because now I'm gonna go back to back interior offensive lineman picks here. But they traded for Shaq Mason to replace Arlie Marpet, but they still lost Alex Kappa. I still think they bring in another interior offensive lineman. Brady's still there. The offensive line is still going to be a number 1 priority as long as he's there. So I think they take Zion Johnson from Boston College, put him in the middle. Him and Shaq join forces in the interior, and they're rolling with that same dominant offensive line Brady's used to.
Okay. I could see it. They could use a little bit of line. I heard that they're not even – well, because Brady's this is his last year of his contract, and they haven't discussed anything, but we'll see. They definitely need to look at some O-line, so good pick. Next on the clock, we have Packers, who I guess they still kept one of their first-round picks from the DK trade.
Yeah.
So, Nick, what do the Packers do now that they have a number 1 receiver, according to Bobby?
That's a tough call because I honestly thought you go receiver, one of those, but if you get Metcalf, you're obviously not going to do that. Both the linebackers I would have liked are off the board here at this point. There's no one edge at this point I really love. Kenyon Green's still on the board, right? Just don't click it yet, but he's on the board, right? Yeah. Okay. Scroll up again. Keep going. Is that the top? Yeah. I think if the board falls this way, if you already got Rodgers, his weapon, and DK Metcalf, I don't think you're going to hear him complain from getting some more protection. I think after what you've committed to Aaron Rodgers, both financially and the fact that the first-round pick you traded up for a couple years back, you now have burned and you have to get rid of, they're going to invest pretty heavily on that offense. So if this hypothetical trade went through and they get a stud, I think they go line help and they take Kenyon Green.
All right. Kenyon Green, final answer?
Yep, final answer.
Yeah, I think that if you're a Packers fan, that's a good first round for them to keep Rodgers upright and then give him an actual weapon. So, especially with Metcalf, he can just chuck that shit and Metcalf will go grab it. So he doesn't need to worry about no route running, no nothing.
What deep insight. He just chucks that
I like
shit.
it.
I like that. It's some deep insight from you.
Yeah. It's a good game plan. All right, pick number 29. This is my last pick. I have the first of 2 back-to-back Chiefs picks. Originally, I would have had them taking Booth here if he was still available, but he went. I had him go with 21.
Yeah.
Yeah, took him a little early.
I like Booth.
So, yeah, that's why I think he might go a little earlier. But because he is gone, I am going to take. Where are you? Sky Moore going to the Kansas City Chiefs, replacing that Tyreek Hill role. I think they take a receiver in the first or second round for sure. 'Cause I don't think they're like, hey, we have Juju now, we're good. Like I don't know any team that would think that, but yeah, I think receiver is a good chance there. So moving on, pick number 30. Bob, you have the Chiefs' second pick. Do they keep it? Do they trade it? What do they do?
Go up. I was going to add some more sexy if we took that pick, but
Well, I was bringing sexy back, so.
I think
Desmond Ridder?
I think they go with correlate.
I'm shocked he's still there.
I keep stalling like earlier in the season, like he was like a top 10 pick. We fell off, but I think it'd be a solid pick for him, especially with Sky Moore.
Yeah, I saw mocks with him going like top 12, so to get him at 30, that's pretty good. All right, we're down to 2 picks left. So at pick number 31, we have the Cincinnati Bengals. Tim, what are we looking at?
Let me see what we got on our board. I'm not gonna lie, I thought about a trade down in this situation because the board didn't really shake out to anything I really enjoyed. I mean, your top 2 guys, you got London there, you got a free safety, strong safety. Yeah, but everything seems like a reach. There's not really any corners that I would really want.
Jabo.
Yeah, but this is a team that wants to win right now, and Jabo's probably missing the first year. I think they want to bring in an impact guy. You know what? Let's see. I think that they're still going to go and address their weakest position. They're going to take Gordon, cornerback from, Washington.
Kyler Gordon.
Yeah,
Washington knows how to.
Kind of a reach. I feel like a lot of corner. Well, I mean, I didn't expect 2 cornerbacks to go to the Jets in the top 10, so that kind of shaked out my board a little weird. But what are you going to do? So, but I think it's a pick that.
Yeah, Bobby was throwing us for all the loops.
Yeah, basically the game plan I had for my picks, I had to throw out the window after that went down, and then DK Metcalf got traded.
All right, with the last pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, we have the Detroit Lions at 32. Nick, what do you see them doing? Quarterback?
They're taking Kendrick Allen, number 32.
Hey, look at him.
He's ready to go. Yeah, so I think this comes back to what I was saying earlier with the 32 pick being like the most valuable late pick there is because of that 5th year. And I think what ends up happening, first of all, I think Pickett goes higher, and they take Desmond Ridder here in the actual draft. But if the board falls this way, they're taking Pickett. His small hands don't matter in a dome; they're not going to care. And I think if Pickett finds his way to fall to them at 32, they can move on from Jared Goff after next year. Only take a $10 million dead cap hit. Just move on, cut their ties. So in this board, I take Kenny Pickett. My prediction for the actual draft is they take Desmond Ridder.
Okay, I like it. The could be that he's not like a great quarterback by any stretch, but could be that whole Aaron Rodgers mentality where he's like, I can't believe I went this late. Maybe he'll actually play a lot better than
I do think
people are
Al's
projecting
maybe the
him.
best quarterback from this last couple years.
Really? I don't know. it's so hard to tell with these quarterbacks. I mean, Pickett could. He's 6'3", like that helps, but
I like Pickett in the right system.
Yeah,
I think he's the one that's going to help him the most next year. If you want to look for like a guy to
I
come in,
didn't
and
realize
win.
Ritter was 6'3" too.
Ritter's a big dual threat, man. He ran for a ton of yards in college. He had a great season last year. And
30 tutties to 8 picks.
Yeah, and he did not look
Not bad.
overmatched against Alabama. Like, they were a better team.
It was rough. I mean, I wouldn't say awful, but it wasn't like the rest of the year. But I mean,
No, but look at his talent in Cincinnati versus Alabama. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. It's that's not even a fair. Like, the fact that he carried them that far is truly impressive.
Yeah, I do like Ritter.
True.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that is the completion of our mock draft. Anything that really stood out? I mean, definitely the DK trade, and then the Jets going back-to-back corners is
Why
that's
not?
different. So
Hey,
yeah, I mean, I'm not against it.
the Eagles' defense improved a lot, which I'm a big
Um,
fan of. If you're not getting your wide receiver, then I'm perfectly okay with these 2 picks.
Yeah.
You know what makes it was like really exciting is considering the fact that the Eagles pick at 15 and 18, right? And still the players that went at 19, 20, 21, 23, I would be excited if they got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? 26, Devin Lloyd. Keep scrolling down to the end of it. I don't really love Karlaftis. I'm going to be honest with you. Like,
No?
not at 15 or 18. I'm fine if you trade back and get him at like 25, 26, 28, but like 15 or 18, that feels like a reach to me.
Nah, the only edge I would take at 15 or 18 is Johnson, who would surprise me to see him at 15 or 18.
Yeah. I mean, edge is tough. There's been a lot of busts from that position group, so
Yeah, I think honestly too, Tim, I like your assessment of if one of the top 3 receivers is gone by 15, you take the best available defensive player, and then at 18, you kind of assess the way the rest. The thing is, though, I don't think picks 16 and 17 are going to be Eagles players on their board because you know a tackle is going to go there. They're not drafting a tackle. And then that feels like a good spot for a quarterback, too, which they're not. If they take a quarterback in the first round this year, I'll turn my TV off.
yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna find the nearest 3-story building, and no, it's not because not even to mention that they traded away one of those picks, so they have one next year. So and everyone keeps saying it, like if Jalen doesn't work out, they have ammunition to take a quarterback in the draft next year. So we'll see, but I mean, you gotta at least give him the opportunity with like the best weapons he can get. So get him a receiver, or get him some, depth at the line, or I think they're pretty set at some of the positions, but defense could use a little bit of work. And
I'm sure Gann will use Dean and Johnson the best way possible.
Yeah.
Maybe put them in nickel.
Listen,
Stand back in the first down.
that's two starters, impact starters in the first round. That's what you can dream of. That's what you want. That's what this team needs.
Yeah.
yeah,
I do think Treylon Burks goes on to be the next like Debo Samuel type player. He has that same mold. He was used that way in college. And if you watch Arkansas, like he is Arkansas's offense. He had like 57% of their offensive yards. It was like absolutely unheralded.
Hey, him and Taysom Hill in the same offense could be interesting and exciting. No one will know what's coming at him.
true.
I also really like Devin Lloyd to the Titans. Thinking of having Mike Vrabel getting his hands on either Devin Lloyd or Nakobe Dean with his past history and his like linebacker intelligence. I just feel like if either of them go there, they're gonna have a very strong case for defensive rookie of the year. I'd feel very confident if Vrabel gets either of the backers.
Yeah. Looking at this, I feel like that's it. Correct me if I'm wrong, but 3 interior guards, like interior offensive linemen in the first round, that's pretty rare, is it not?
Yeah, it's a weird draft this year.
I feel like usually it's tackles.
Oh, yeah, this is a weak class.
Yeah.
You don't know what you're going to get. I mean, there's not a ton of quarterbacks pushing people down.
There's a handful of top tackles, but then the talent drop off is pretty significant.
Well, yeah, 16 was our last tackle, and then
Yeah, and then
Yeah, that was it.
yeah, it's. I mean, after the four, Neil, Aquanu, Cross, and Penning, it's a pretty significant drop.
I mean, I wouldn't mind Eagles taking any of those 3 after their second pick.
I mean, I would love the Eagles to get Linderbaum personally.
Yeah.
I'd plug him in at like right guard, wait for Jason Kelsey to move on,
Yeah.
and then move him over to center.
Well, because they were going to have Dickerson take over Kelsey's spot, but then he played so well at guard. They're like, well, now we need a new center.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Couple more days.
I think I agree with Nick though. Like any of these players after the Eagles, up to like Linderbaum, like I'd be pretty excited about. So we'll see how the only thing that I think jumped out that was a little early of a pick is McDuffie, the cornerback. I don't know if he's going to go that high.
He mocks there into us all the time. All the time. Look at any of the mock drafts. They have him either going to us or Minnesota.
I mean, I can see the panic. I mean, if you have two,
I'm not calling you a liar. I'm just saying.
I said it when I picked him. I'm not saying I love him.
Yeah.
But if Stingley's not there at 12, that's what they're going to do.
You mean when the Jets go back-to-back corners?
Yeah. Hey,
Robert.
throws him off.
Where do you think that?
Look at Stingley. After that, who do you think is going to help him this year? I mean, obviously a couple guys, but I think they need to actually have a strength in this team.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The player that I don't know where he's really gonna like Kyle Hamilton. I already said this before. Like, I don't know how early. I don't know what the earliest he could go is. Like, maybe 4 to the Jets. I still feel like is crazy early. But then like anything after 10, I feel like is way too far back. So I don't know.
Hey, we'll see. A couple more days.
I don't know. There was some pretty good safety money given out this offseason.
True. And Honey Badger's still in the market.
Yeah.
Just waiting for him to come to Philly.
Oh, if Howie brought in the Honey Badger,
but if you look,
that's all he needs. Bringing Honey Badger, he could draft me and you at 15 and 18. I would still love him.
Yeah, but if you look at who's picking between 4 and 11, none of those teams are taking Tyrann Mathieu because he doesn't fit their age timeline.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't make sense. They want a Kyle Hamilton they can grow with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
But all right. Any final thoughts? We kind of talked about how we feel about the Eagles. That there's definitely good value for them in these picks. Whether they, I think, I think they'll more than likely move if they're going to trade these picks. I think they'd probably move back than move up, unless Gardner slides or Stingley's like 2 picks away and they just want to hop with some teams from trading up. But I think if anything else, they either stay at 15 or they trade back. 18, I could see more likely than 15 getting traded, but we'll see.
Yeah. Some wheeling dealing to come.
Wheeling and dealing. All right. Well, it was another fun one. I think I feel like the last one we did went a lot longer, but it's good we knocked it out real quick. So.
This draft just doesn't have the sexiness. I'm not gonna lie. It's just one of those draft classes.
Yeah,
it's hard making a sexiness, but
it's true. The popcorn definitely came out. I feel like the Eagles
Steelers trade up, and then the
Eagles have a trend of either drafting really high or having multiple picks in just not great draft classes. Like they couldn't have had 3 picks last year.
Yeah, I hope they're learning though. I feel like if they take like one of these top receivers and don't go for like, oh, we need a guy, like if they take Sky Moore at like 15, like I'm like, all right, you haven't learned anything. You're still going for speed instead of just taking the best receiver that's there.
That'd be the most Eagles pick too. Over reaching on a wide receiver for the 3rd year in a row.
He sounds like an Eagle.
Yeah.
That would.
And we'll talk ourselves into it. It'll be the next great.
Oh, I talked myself into Rager, and I was so wrong. But
yeah, well.
All right, cool. So we'll see. Drafts on Thursday. It'll be fun. Be exciting. We'll see who gets traded. It would be crazy if DK Metcalf got traded because then also Debo could get moved that day too. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Till then, lock and loaded, baby. Let's do it.
Till then.
The Eagles dynasty starts now. All right. Well,
Dynasty.
Tim, are you gonna be watching the draft live?
We need to win a playoff game first. So.
no, the draft is a tough.
What did you say, Bobby?
Just Tim watch the draft live.
The draft is a tough one to convince myself to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning for.
You'll be all right. No, you know what, Tim? What happened was you'll stay up, and then the Eagles would trade both their picks out of the first round, and you stayed up for nothing.
That is actually extremely accurate. I'm just not going to put myself through it, or they'll end up making a pick that makes me so mad that I can't sleep for the rest of the night.
When was the last? I forget. They did that a couple years ago, and I was like, I'm so annoyed that I went out to eat. Like I went to like Buffalo Wild Wings or something to watch, and I was like, I really just sat here and they didn't even pick.
Yeah,
Nice.
tease me along,
But-
and I was here for all of it.
Yeah, they're good at that.
Yeah, man.
So, alrighty. Well,
I'll talk to you guys later.
peace out, everyone.
Peace.